Brian May speaks on how Queen messed him up, recalls fighting with bandmates and how Freddie Mercury reacted. It's not an easy life, the guitarist pointed out. During a conversation with Classic Rock magazine, back in April 2021, Queen guitarist Brian May looked back on some of the rougher moments in the band's history, addressing his past statement that being in Queen messed him up. Remembering the early days, Bry said, "We had big dreams. We wanted it all, and we felt we had what it takes. It's funny because if it had been just me and Roger, we would never have stuck together. Even though we're so well aligned in some respects, we're diametrically opposite in everything else. There's not a single subject we don't have opposite opinions about. We needed someone who would be the diplomat. And, strangely enough, Freddie was that guy. Everybody think that Freddie was that flyaway guy, but he was very pragmatic. If he saw a situation that was arising between me and Roger, he would manage to find a way through, a compromise. One of Freddie's great catchphrases was, 'We don't compromise.' But within the band we did. And that's why we survived. What would have started the two of you bickering? Oh, anything and nothing, a note, a tempo, a cup of coffee, a window. But the two of you seem very fond of each other today. What changed? It's very much like being brothers. There was always a fondness there, but there was a lot of competitive feelings. These days we realize the good stuff, because we've seen it all now and we value each other. We know that we're more powerful together than apart. If we truly get our energies aligned, magic happens." What were the early days in Queen like? Was it fun, or hard work? It was definitely fun. We would be carrying our own stuff into the gigs, setting it up with our roadie, dear old John Harris. We made our own popcorn to serve just before the gigs. It was all part of the preparation for the gig. And we'd invite managers and record label executives to the gigs. Of course, they'd never turn up. Being in Queen seemed to be a heavy burden for you at certain points. Did you actually enjoy it? It's tough, because you're always struggling to make your own identity work within the identity of the group. If you're in a situation and you feel like your voice isn't being heard, it's very negative. It motivates you to be mean and dogmatic and uncompromising and resentful. We all felt like that at various times. I know Roger felt it. John did as well. Freddie, I don't know. Freddie was always a cup half full person. A cup completely full person, really. But we all left the band at various points in various album sessions. I remember being in Munich, when we were doing the 8th Queen album, 1980s, The Game, I think, walking around the English Garden, thinking, this is over. I'm never going to do this again. And then you get back in there and you put your gloves back on. You once said that being in Queen messed you up. What did you mean? It's not an easy life. This is going to sound like a spoiled pop star, but it has its own stresses. You're exposing yourself to the public, you're putting yourself at risk of looking stupid the whole time, you're fighting various battles with the rest of the band or the organization around you, and there's really no time to rest. You're swept away, you're nowhere near your school friends, your family, you're in some hotel room on the other side of the world. You live in this strange bubble. And it's not easy to adjust. Once you adjust to it, you can't unadjust. It does screw you up. The flip side of all that must be the time you spent playing.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comments.